Hi folks, thanks for tuning in and welcome back again. As you can see, I have two beautiful knives laid out on the table. I wanted to share these knives with you in the fall, and what happened was I was going to share them with you on a moose hunt, but unfortunately I did not pull a permit or a moose tag. So I'm going to share them with you now. Summer's coming to an end, and I know that some folks are preparing for the fall hunt and the winter hunt, and these are two gorgeous knives. Very nice blade profiles, very high quality. I purchased them earlier this year, and I was waiting for them to be released in the CPM stainless steel, and they finally were, and I picked up a pair. And what you're looking at up here is a Bark River Trail Buddy. Very nice knife. And as the companion knife, I chose a Bark River Trailmate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the knives a little bit. I'm going to compare two additional knives to these. I'll lay them side by side so you can get a good look at them. I'll show you the carry configuration, or the way I intend to pair them up. And I'll bring in nice and close at the end and make sure you can get a good look at them. And I'll also post some information in the description section for those folks that may be interested. Anyway, let's get started and talk about this beauty. And as you can see, this knife is not hard to look at. It has a very nice blade profile and sufficient belly for skinning. And just some quick numbers, this knife is 8 inches overall, or 20.3 centimeters. The blade is coming in at 4 1/4 inches, or 10.7 centimeters. There's a shot of the spine, and you're looking at 0.145 or 3.6 millimeters on the thickness. So it's not too thick, should be a relatively good slicer. But check out this point. Very nice job. I like the way they refined this right down to the tip. And that's very advantageous for getting in those tight spots. This knife weighs 5 ounces or 142 grams. It is in the premium stainless CPM S35VN, and this is what I wanted. Convex grind, of course. And this knife came razor sharp out of the box. I didn't have to do anything to it. Very nice edge on it. And what you're looking at here is Cocobolo wood with Mosaic pins and red liners. So this one's pretty loaded up. And it has a lanyard hole in the back here. And it also has a stainless steel loop back here. Now, I don't know that this is necessary. Perhaps they could have removed this and reduced a little bit of the weight on the knife. And most of the folks I know use their knives freehand when they're doing animals. They don't use a lanyard, but it's there nonetheless as an option. This knife is very comfortable. I can rest my thumb up here very naturally, or I could choke up on the blade to get a little more blade control on the tip. No problem there. Side hold, very nice. And this wood's very natural and warm in the hand, and that's nice in the winter. So I don't have to hold anything cold. This is a little more comfortable. And let me see if I can share that handle with you. See if I can get this camera to focus in on it. And as you can see, there's the pins. And it has a lot of character in here in the wood. Nice pattern. Very smooth. The person that did this knife really took their time. No sharp edges. Very smooth throughout. There's those liners. And here's a shot of the other side. So a very nice hunting knife. I would classify this as a mid-size to full-size hunting knife. and I wanted something larger so I can cut through some of the larger muscle groups and have a little more leverage. And this is the one I chose. So I'll set it down right here where you can still see it. Let's talk about this beauty. Another gorgeous knife. This is the companion knife I'm going to be running with the Trail Buddy. This is called a Bark River Trailmate. It's in Cocobolo wood with Mosaic pins. This one does not have the red liners. And this knife is 6.8 inches overall, or 17.2 centimeters. It has a 3-inch blade, or 7.6 centimeters. And the spine's the same, 0.145 or 3.6 millimeters on the thickness. And this knife's a little lighter, of course, 4 ounces or 113 grams. It also came razor sharp out of the box, convex grind, no issues there. And I would say this one's a little more comfortable than the larger one. It just seems to fit my hand perfectly when I grab it, and it fits like a glove. And I could choke up all the way for maximum blade control for a long-term skinning project, fine detailed work, side hold no problem. And let me give you a shot of those scales. And there you go. Very nice pins. Fit and finish on this one is tremendous as well. And I'll show you the other side. And there you go. As you can see, this knife is not hard to look at as well. Very, very nice. A lot of character in the wood. And I wanted this knife for the obvious reasons. Just a smaller, more practical knife to get into those tight areas and do that close-up work. So let me lay it right here. Let me show you the sheath that the Trail Buddy came with. And this is it, it's functional. I'm not going to carry the knife in this, but it's an option. If someone wanted to run this knife alone, they could, no problem there. Right in there just like that. And that's really all you need. And the one that came with the Trailmate is a little bit different. Has a fire steel loop. It's also functional. And the knife would ride in there like that. And I would even argue that this knife could be EDC because it's so compact. And perhaps if someone wanted to carry it around on the farm, wouldn't be a bad option if they wanted to have a nice hunting knife with them, a compact hunter. So I'll set it down right here. Now, I previously indicated I was going to compare some knives to them for those that may be interested. Perhaps some folks are out there preparing for the fall hunt. And what you're looking at here is a mini Fox River paired up with the Trailmate. And as you can see, the handles are comparable, slightly different but comparable. The blade profiles are obviously different, as well as the blade steels. This is a high performance CPM 3V steel, and this is a CPM S35VN, so stainless. I would say this knife's a little more comfortable. I think the wood fills the hand a little more because it's a little bit thicker, the handle. It has this little ramp area to rest the thumb on, which I like. But these are two very high quality compact hunting knives. And since we're comparing knives, this is what the standard size Fox River looks like next to the Trail Buddy. As you can see, the handles are comparable, a little bit different design. The blade profiles are obviously different, as well as the blade steels. Now both of these knives are stainless. This one is a CPM S35VN, and this one up here is a Bowler LMAX, a very high quality stainless. This knife here is very popular, and it's a great knife for breaking down large animals all the way up to an elk, no problem. And it's a knife I'm very fond of. Perhaps it's something that some folks may be interested in. But these are 4 beautiful high quality hunting knives, and when I do my description, I will post an update in the fall or perhaps in the winter, providing you all with some feedback on how these two performed. I can speak to these 2 knives as being good performers. No issues there. Excellent hunting knives. So let me get these 2 out of the way. And before we close out, I did purchase a matching fire steel to go with the ensemble. And like I said, I'm going to be running these knives together. And I just wanted a method to make fire. And there you go. And this is Cocobolo wood with a red liner. And this is just in case of an emergency, or perhaps we get cold. We want to light a fire to warm our hands up a little bit. I'm going to run a fire steel with the setup. And I'll show you what I had in mind for pairing the knives up. I didn't want to send them out to have a custom sheath made up and spend a lot of money. So I chose something a little more practical, not expensive, but functional. And this is what I came up with. And what you're looking at there is a Pro Pak sheath. I picked it up at DLT Trading. It appears to be sufficiently durable. It holds both knives in there very securely. They're not going to come out of there. Very good retention. And it secures the fire steel. Now I may run some shock cord through here to fully secure it and make sure it never comes out. And of course I'll do a treatment on there with some leather preserver. I'll give it a nice coat in the front and the back. And for those of you that are wondering, it does have a belt loop on the back to accommodate a 2-inch belt. I have a 1.5-inch belt, so no problem there. And the stitching doesn't appear too bad. There you go. There's a nice shot of it. And one more thing I will say about this sheath. This top compartment will accommodate the standard size Fox River. And this knife comes in A2. It also comes in 3V. So all 3 of those versions will ride in here with no problem. And the mini Fox River will fit in the lower compartment with no problem. So this sheath here is actually multi-purpose. I can run it with the Trail Buddy and the Trailmate, or I can run it with the 2 Fox Rivers. Now I'm probably not going to wear this on my belt. I'm probably just going to carry it in my backpack. But it does give me the option of carrying both set of knives if I wanted to. So let me get them back on the table here. And see if I can bring in nice and tight. Make sure you can get a good look at them. And there you go. So once again, this is the Bark River Trailmate, the smaller knife on the bottom, and the larger knife on top is the Bark River Trail Buddy. 2 high quality knives. Thanks for tuning in. and see you all next time.